Does friendship still exist? The issue that I have is I've been a person with a lot of so-called friends, and then it ended up not being anybody. Maybe a two, maybe one, but it's not the friendship that I guess I was looking for, the friendship that I guess that I was hoping for. And now I'm here. And I wanted to know, does friendship still exist? Because I don't see it. Only time I see it is a YouTube group or things that I hear through the grapevine or, podcast members that are so-called friends. I'm like, does it still exist? Because if it does, I'm letting you know right now. I'm letting you know right now. I'm jealous 100%. I made a short today saying it, and I truly believe that because it is so rare to find somebody that doesn't envy you, that is not secretly jealous of you. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. How about both of y'all stay away from me? Because you're just not sure. You don't even know how to separate enemies from your true friendship. How do you know the difference? How do you know if somebody truly wants to see you be great? You hear all these stories about the best friend sleeping with the wife or the female best friend doing this and doing that. So it's like, it's super rare. It's super uncommon. And starting off, it seems like the older I get, the wiser I get, the less people are around. Everybody's gone. I'm talking about when I was in my prime, when I was super young, it just seemed like I couldn't stop making friends. It was just everybody was cool. Everybody wanted to hang out. Everybody wanted to spend time. And that's why I made this video because I want to know if anybody's going through the same thing. I see the videos on YouTube where people will be like they're this age and they're lonely or this age with no friends. And it's like, it's hard to believe what people put on the internet, which is, what I'm doing right now, but it's hard to believe because some people just do stuff just for clicks. They do stuff because they know it's going to be in the algorithm. They know if people are going to want to, you know, maybe people might relate to this, so I'll make this video. So it's hard to, the internet's fake at the end of the day. AI is proving that right now. You never know if that video is real or fake. At the beginning, you could tell the difference. Now you can't. It's just all over the place now. And friendship, I'm sure it has its levels. It's certain people that are just just respect you and y'all can just hang out. And there's people that just straight up loyal to you through thick and thin. There's people that will fight for you. It's people that will stick up for you if people are talking about you behind your back. I don't have any of that. Okay, there might be a couple of exceptions, but the friendship back in the day where you would pull up at your friend's house, you would know the mom's name, you would know all the brothers, you would know everything about the person. You can pull up whenever, just hang out. I'm on my way, or it's just a knock at the door. All that stuff is gone now. It's some people that have been so-called friends, don't even know the mom's name, don't even know what your kids' names are. That stuff is over with. And I want to know, where did it go? Because you would think, just like everybody else, social media would bring us closer together. Social media would make us know a little bit more about people. It would make us or help us understand people. It's even worse now. And the funny thing is, us knowing a little bit more about people, all it is making people envy people more and be more jealous of people. Because now, back in the day, your friend knew everything about you, what kids you have, when your kid's birthday is. But now it's like everybody does. And that's why I don't understand. I'm not judging, but I don't understand the people that constantly updates and stuff on their life and post it online. It's like, how many people do you think truly are happy for you or happy that you're going through this? Most of the time people put positive updates, but it's like all you're doing is making 90% of the people that are following you jealous or possibly envying you. It's probably one or two people, which is probably your grandma or, if she has social media, or your mother, maybe one of your aunties that are truly happy for you. And for the man side, it's probably like an uncle, maybe, or a stepdad or dad that is truly happy for you. Of course, your mom's gonna be happy. I'm not gonna say her. but it's like everybody else is just it's more of a competition now. That's why one of the reasons why I feel like it's hard or difficult to like create a friendship because it's competition. It just seems like we're both being just competitive. It's just that's all it is. And then even back then where you used to joke with your friends and talk about each other, even that feels weird now because you tell this person certain things and a lot of the times they'll just throw it back at you like it's completely nothing, like it's nothing. There's no boundaries anymore. And certain stuff like that will make you not even want to be cool with anybody anymore the minute they cross that boundary. Because of course they're your friend. You're gonna tell them certain stuff, or they may witness certain stuff that's going on in your life. You don't want to hear it back. You want certain people that you can tell stuff to that you know it's not going to any, it's never going to be heard outside of that. But now it's scary because you tell somebody, just like in a relationship, you tell somebody and let somebody in. The minute y'all fall out, whether it's over money, whether it's over just a small disagreement, whether it's over just resentment for not hashing out all the disagreements throughout the years, this person's going to tell all your business like it's absolutely nothing. The stuff that it took you years to even tell anybody, they're going to tell people with no problem. And to me personally, I'll talk about me for a second. I think the biggest fallout with all the people that I thought were cool with me was slight jealousy. And it wasn't like I had everything or a lot more than people. It was I was a little bit above people, and I guess my confidence was a little bit higher than theirs. And because I know I never truly know how they feel, but it was like I always had that mindset. I was like a little careless and a little reckless with my decisions, which may make people think that I'm just overconfident because I'm not worrying about all the little things that or the negative factors that may derail what I'm trying to do. And I think a lot of people took my confidence for arrogance. You know, it was just all my traits were turned into negative traits where they might have been cool with me before, but then after the fact they wasn't cool with me. And the closer they were to me, the more that they had to compare their lives. And all of us was broke. I didn't have any rich friends or middle class friends. All of us had, we was broke. We was just trying to figure it out. But I was lucky to have like a car and stuff like that, a raggedy car. I missed that car, Mazda 626. But it was always weird to me because the things that you don't care about, this is with anybody, the things you don't care about, you never know who really wants that. Because it may be nothing to you, but they might really, really want it because they just see all the benefits and they don't see the downfall. For example, with the car situation, I keep bringing up the car because that was probably the only thing different I had before all of my friends. Who cares? That wasn't even a big deal because they was my friends. So y'all was riding with me. It doesn't matter. They only seen the benefit of having a car, but I had to put gas in it. When it broke down, I had to get it back up running. But they don't see all that. They just be like, "Oh, he got a car. He think he cool." It's just weird. That's why I be jealous of people that actually have like organic friendship with people because that is like priceless. And you know it's possible because not only do you witness it, but deep down, if you're one of those people that will do anything for somebody that you call a friend, you know that is proof that there's other people out there like that. But how do you meet them? How do you come across them? Like the older you get, the harder it is to make friends. Like it definitely is. Like when you're a child, it's easy. Y'all just simple things in common. But it's like when you're older, it's hard to let somebody into your life. You never know how, people truly feel. So it's like you want to hang out with so and so, but you never know their intentions. You don't have to think that deep when you're young. Even when I was in my early 20s, I didn't have to think that deep because I didn't have much to lose. All I had was certain women, females in my life, but that's a whole nother story because that might have been another reason why they envy me. Not saying I had the most beautiful women in the world, but it's like during that stage as a young man, you either get a lot of women or you don't. It's never no middle ground because you're still trying to figure it out. And everybody has droughts in their life where, they can't just, they're just single. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it before. They're just single. But During that period, yeah, I did have a lot of women because I worked in the public. If I had like a warehouse job or something, yeah, I probably would have dealt with a couple of women there. But during that time, the most confident I was in the public. I worked at a grocery store. So I was just, just being myself, being free, and when you give out good energy, it's going to attract the opposite sex. It just happens. But if you're one of those quiet dudes that don't really talk too much, it's already a losing battle because you don't really have money. You don't really, have personality because you're always quiet. I was, I was outgoing. So it was like I wouldn't necessarily say I was like trying to get everybody's attention. I just didn't care. I was just chilling. Because once I got my job, I had just left a dark like spot in my life. So it was like once I got a job and a little bit of money, just when you first leave that dark spot in your life, like that dark place that you first leave that depression, it's like a certain high that you can't explain because you just made it through the fire, you made it through the storm, and now it's a sunny day, and them sunny days are 10 times better right after bad weather. So it was like I was just transitioning into something new. And, I feel like all those so called friends seen it in a different light because I'm not perfect. Let's get that out the way. I'm not perfect, but I always try to have good intentions with every situation. Most of the time, I don't even think about me first. I think about how it may affect other people. I try my best not to, try to play people or take advantage of people. So when people do it to me, it just it's it just turns me completely off. And I think I'm not gonna say I think I know that's why I don't really have a lot of friends too, is because I have a low tolerance for disrespect. You fool me once, that's the end. That's the end of that quote. Ain't gonna be no fool me twice. Ain't gonna be no fool me three times. It's not gonna happen because I'm not giving anybody that opportunity to play me or play. And like I said, back then, it probably would have worked because I'd have overthought it and maybe, maybe they didn't mean it. But it's like now, a quote I seen on TikTok, shout out to TikTok, children make mistakes, grown-ups make decisions. Okay. Maybe that's what it was, but I don't like stealing other people's quotes. But I heard it on TikTok, one of them, those motivational videos. I'm getting a lot of them now because I keep hitting the like button because might want to go back to it later. So that algorithm is crazy now. But friendship, does it still exist? I do like I know it exists. There's always exceptions, but it's so far away from my life right now. Now, in the future, I like organic stuff. I like organic connections. I like when it's just like two people come together, and it's just a good vibe. I like that type of friendship. I don't, and it's so weird because even now, if somebody come out the blue, I'm a second guess it because they may think I have something that can benefit them because that be another reason why people would be friends. Of course, when you're friends with somebody, both of y'all are getting something out of it. It's going to be exchange of good energy, exchange of I got you, you got me, because everybody needs that. You can't do it all alone. But the problem is when you literally go into that and just be like, I'm only dealing with people that you can benefit from. That's not a friendship. It doesn't work like that because that is going to be the baseline of the friendship and it's going to end quicker as soon as the person don't it's supposed to be two people or a group of people that are able to hang out no matter what. It doesn't have to be money spent. A group of people or two people that can talk and be themselves around each other, that's a friendship to me. And somebody that you can call on just to talk, somebody that reaches out to you when they don't hear from you a couple days and make sure you're good, that's gone. And I always want to know, where did it go? Where did it stop? For me, it was a slow grind. Forget it, I'll tell you. So I was in a relationship with a particular woman throughout my 20s. And it seemed like when me and her started like falling off, everybody around me started falling off. And what made me not want to talk to any other friends that I was cool with during that time, and she might have been lying. I don't know if she's telling the truth or not, but we had a conversation after the fact, and she told me that most of the friends that I was cool with, that we all hung out together, tried to talk to her after me and her ended. And after that, once she told me that, of course, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I'm like, okay, maybe she's lying, maybe she's telling the truth. But I started like everything started making sense, like little weird things that were said or done, and it all came together. And even when I try to like meet back with the old people, it's in the back of my mind, and you start seeing stuff. Once like the everything's like revealed, what do they say? The sheet is pulled or whatever the quote is. You start seeing stuff. Kind of like if you're in a relationship and you catch somebody cheating, you start rewinding and being like, that person used to take the phone in the bathroom with them. They did start coming home late from work during that time. Like you just start seeing everything, and everything started making sense of that. And it was so weird to me. Like I didn't understand it at the time because I was like, would never do that. That's weird. And when you don't would never do something, it's very, very hard for you to understand when somebody else will do it. Because you're like, what is the benefit? What would make you want to do that? Like, what is in your mind that be like, this is, it's so many different when you're a man, it's so many women out here that you could choose from, and you end up choosing a woman that you know is dealing with one of your friends. That's weird to me. Now, mind you, from the outside looking in, it's probably easy. That's the easier entry because you know this woman and you've been around this woman. You kind of understand her more than all the other random women out here. But still, they don't make it right. It's weird. That's weird. I'm one of those people. If I always say this, if I had, even if I'm just a coworker of some, I'm just your coworker, I'll never look at your woman. Even if I'm one of those dudes that at your job and just be like, "What's up?" or "Where they got you at today." I'm not looking if your significant other start working there or she picks you up or whatever. If I see her, I don't even acknowledge her like that because that's weird. So if I have an actual friend, I don't even look at that woman. I don't want to be in a room alone with her. I don't want to no. I want all that interaction to be uncomfortable. It should never be comfortable. But see, when I was dealing with women back then, like in my early 20s, like she would be with me all the time, which means she would be with my friends too. She would, and is that a good idea? It shouldn't be a bad idea. When you call somebody your friend, you should be able to be comfortable. But it's still always your girlfriend and your friends. It should always be uncomfortable. And same thing with women. If she got a husband, there shouldn't be no friend that's comfortable being around your husband when you're not there. It should not be comfortable because that's when the situation comes into play and you start second guessing stuff. Why y'all so comfortable? And y'all why I'm not gonna say y'all better not talk while I'm not around, but why are you comfortable talking to them? It should be, hey, is so and so there? Oh, they not? Okay. Tell them I called. It shouldn't be, hey, is so and so there? Oh, he not? Where he at? See, y'all be telling it should not be that. It should be the end of it. And all that stuff is weird now. And it might be me being getting older, being through certain situations, seeing certain things. I'm kind of might be a little traumatized, but it's like I know good friendship exists because I know how I feel, like what I would do for a true friend. I'm not online looking for a friend. That's not why I made the video. It would be nice, but I only made this video because I feel like you know, I want to know if I'm the only one going through it. And I don't think so because it's just the world is so competitive now. It's so comparing you why you got that, why you got that, and it's like you see it every once in a while and you can like get the energy from people that they're true friends. And when you're friends with somebody, you're going to be tested. There's going to be opportunities to backstab them. There's going to be opportunities to talk bad about them. And you if you have a friend that passed all those tests, took up for you when people was talking about you, didn't throw you under the bus when you was going through your worst, didn't deal with a woman that you was dealing with because it is some sneaky people out here. I know for a fact there's women out here that will sleep with a homeboy just to get back at you because you don't want it no more, and vice versa. I know there's women out here that will sleep with a husband because she don't like the woman. So it's like if you take those opportunities, if they pass all those tests, not necessarily tests that you've given out, but if life happens and they keep proving to you that they're their friend, and they have good intentions for you, bravo. I'm jealous of you. I'm sure a lot of people are jealous of your situation, but they won't admit it. I admit it because when things are priceless, like that's probably the only thing I'll be jealous of somebody for is not if they're in a relationship, not if they have a lot of money, not if they have a lot of nice things, not if they grew up and was grown up with a lot of money. I don't care about that. Friendship, like true friendship, somebody you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning because your tire is flat and they'll pull up and joke around with you and make fun of you a little bit for making a mistake or you ran out of gas, they'll make fun of you, but they'll still help. That's rare. Do people still what's that called? Wingman? Do people still do wing like is a wingman like y'all two dudes go or two women go somewhere and they help you get a date or something out? Do people still do that? Because I don't hear about that either. It seems like most of the time when it's two dudes, it's a competitive thing. And if both of y'all want the same girl, if one of y'all get her and the other one don't, he gonna feel salty. It ain't no good job, man. You got her. It'd be like some weird tension after that, especially if it's a long-term relationship after that. I'm just saying. And maybe I'm still living in a fairy tale. Maybe I'm basing it off of old TV shows where there was best friends, or what I see online. These group content creators, best friends. That's lovely to see, man. Because I think they appreciate it. But it's like to have a friendship and y'all make money together. Y'all are making big money together. That has to be fantastic. You making money with your best friend, and you're not letting money like dictate y'all friendship because that can end friendships too. Money. I would love to see a statistic of like how many friendships were ruined because of money. How many friendships were ruined? Like, I want to know how many friendships were ruined because of envy, jealousy, and money. I feel like money is the number one because it's like I've seen so many. I know y'all have too. So many situations where a friend borrows money, they don't pay it back. So you assume, okay, they're still going through stuff, but then you go online and see them flash your money. And then when you ask for the money back, it's a problem. Then they start having excuses. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. But like I said, I go live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. I will keep only having 20-minute videos until people start entering the conversation. And I'm not, it's no pressure. It's no pressure at all. I just love to have conversation with people. I love to have a conversation with you. Make sure you hit that like button. This is gonna be the last live for the week. I start again on Monday. I appreciate anybody that stops, even if you stop for 10 seconds and watch the video. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the good energy. Y'all have a wonderful day. One less problem. One less problem.